who are you and where are you from?
My name is Neil DeMonte, and I am originally from Chicago, but like lived between Los Angeles and San Francisco.
Okay. And yeah, and you are a storyboard artist for a lot of Hollywood productions.
Yes, so yeah, I'm also a storyboard artist for feature films, a concept artist for feature films. I also work as a director and producer with a Sony affiliate called Robots of Awesome. I'm just producing my first two films. One is called Frequency Will Find You, and the other one I can't say just yet, but I'm really excited about it.
Okay.
Supernatural World War II horror.
Okay. I know you got into the industry through Emmy winner Dean Jones.
Yes.
How did you meet him?
Oh, through my friend Mark. When I graduated school, when I graduated from USC, it was really hard getting work when you're out of school because people want to see the credits, and I had nothing. So basically, my friend Mark was getting into doing special effects and everything. We both graduated together. So he asked me to come with him down to a makeup school where his friend Dean Jones worked, and said he might have some work for you doing some illustration stuff. So Dean worked on Star Trek doing makeup and creature designs and effects for movies. In fact, Dean's first job was doing the Sarah de Ear and Blue Velvet for um uh, gosh, I can't remember his name. I'm so tired. I can't remember the guy's name. Um, but they did. That was his first job, so he became an effects artist and started doing stuff after that. And Dean met Mark when he was teaching classes as a special guest in North Carolina before Mark came to USC, and that's where I met Mark. So I went with Mark down to the studio and met Dean, and he was a really nice guy. And he said, like, yeah, I like your artwork. Maybe we can design some of the masks for our class. So he started paying me to do little small jobs under the table, and so on and so forth. And I kept meeting people that way. That's how it just kept growing. Yeah. So yeah, I owe Dean a lot. He actually wanted to introduce me.
Okay. And what made you want to be a storyboard artist?
I didn't originally. I wanted to be a comic book artist, but then when I saw that comic book artists were not being paid very well, I was like, Jesus. And you have to work 6 times harder and make everything very clean, and you've got to have an editor who's going to go over your work, saying, I don't like this, change this, change that. This wasn't worth it. So but I like drawing. I like drawing my own comics. But then, like, one of my friends, Nick Wagner, just starting the business, he said, "You ever thought about doing storyboards?" And I said, "What's that?" And he said, "It's basically like doing a comic book, but you're actually drawing in like detailed panels with the camera direction. They don't have to be even that good. They can just be like quick sketches." And I said, "Really? What's that?" And like, I went and got a book called Shot by Shot, and like within a couple of minutes, I looked through the section on storyboarding, and they had some sections on Albert Hitchcock's North by Northwest in there. So I was going through all that. I just figured it out just by looking at that. So if you watch enough movies, you can figure out the story. So it's basically doing like a not as detailed comic book with individual frames showing what people see on screen, but just putting camera direction. Like, yeah, I figured it out after about like 5 or 10 minutes. It wasn't that hard. Then I started working pretty steadily ever since.
And I know that every artist has their own individual process. What exactly is your process when you're storyboarding something?
Oh, I drink a lot of coffee and play Rush, like the rock band. So like for
Oh,
some
okay.
reason that just it sinks into whatever I'm thinking. It's very mathematical with music. So I just kind of zone out and start looking at the script and just drawing whatever I see in my head based on whatever the music's kind of dictating. So I think this is a term for it called synesthesia. It's basically being able to see music in your colors. So you basically
I've heard of that.
without the use of drugs. Yeah. So you just like let the music kind of dictate what I do. So I play Rush all the time. In fact, I should probably be paying them royalties for all the stuff I've done with them.
And I noticed on your IMDb page you were a storyboard artist for Batman v Superman. How did you come to be on that gig?
Oh, word of mouth. I get what happens is whenever you work on big movies, you'll get an email saying, "Are you available and what's your rate?" That's it. No information, no detail, nothing. So my friend Chris Farmer, who was working on, I think he was a production designer on, or art director on like one of the other one of the ones of Zach's films. So then he sent me that email, and I was like, okay, that must be, it's gonna be a big movie. So I sent him an email back saying, here's my rate, and here's yes, I'm available. Then I had to go down to the Warner Brothers studio, big empty warehouse place, and I had to leave my cell phone in the car, sign in with a security guard. I got put in the room for about 4 hours waiting. I had to sign all this paperwork, NDAs, and everything too. Then finally, I got someone came up in the reception area and said, "Hey, Zach wants to talk to you right now." I was like, "Who's Zach?" And then I went in this room, and then like I saw the Batman, Superman artwork up on the wall. I'm like, "Oh, that's what this is." And then we had a Zoom call. He said, "Here's, I want you to do these scenes, and like I want to hire you to do this, and like, did you work out your pay schedule and everything?" I said, "Yeah, everything's cool." And then that's how I got the job. So anything like that's always like through word of mouth. So like I've never used an agent. It's just like friends that I work with, just pass my name along.
Oh, okay. So friends, okay. So it is true that to get in this industry you have to know someone.
Yeah, well, it's good. Not necessarily you have to really know someone. You just have to kind of what do you call it? Just be a hard worker. But um, also, it's like you have to kind of prove yourself. It's a boys club. You have to kind of basically do a couple of gigs, prove yourself by showing up, being on time, being a hard worker. Sometimes I'll do stuff for free, and then little by little, your name will get passed on. That's you're basically in.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that works. What do you enjoy most about your work as a storyboard artist?
Oh, it's fun. I get to meet everybody. My God. So like it's amazing. But it's fun too because it's like it's not the most tedious job. And so like yeah, you'll get a call from work on stuff. Usually if I get a call, that means something bad happened. So like they needed some like they're in a rush to get something done, and I'm really fast. So I've got a rep for being fast. So there's people out there who can outdraw me and are way better than that. Have check skills. I show up and lightning fast. If you tell me you've got to have something done by 5 p.m., at the latest you'll get it done is by 4:15. Then you'll get an email coming with all the finished work, so they can make it in time for the meetings. So yeah, that's basically it. But it's fun. I get to meet everybody. I get to work with every like big name directors, smaller directors. I get to meet like a lot of like actors and production people I grew up watching on TV or friends of mine. So it's pretty. That's like the fun part. It's like really, it's so cool. It's never every day is new. It's always challenging. I'm always kept on my toes like that. Supposed to think fast, adapt to whatever the situation is. So it's always like yeah. There's never like a lag time. It's always like fun.
And where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years?
Like probably just like directing my own stuff because like the part of the reason I took the gig being a producer at Robots of Awesome is I want to do stuff. So I have a couple of franchise things I want to do and a couple of things I want to direct. Be a creator on and do my own stuff like which is why I'm so very focused on that. So yeah, so I want to be doing producing and directing my own possibly do my own. So yeah, been just like picking up. I'm just gonna start picking up playing the bass like in the next month or so when I get when I get a bass guitar. So I want to be able to play like 3 or 4 different instruments and be able to kind of master that and studio with some friends. So that's one of the big things I want to do
Okay. Because it's so funny because I'm in the film space too. I work part-time as PA and camera utility.
too.
And I was looking to get on gigs like that, like Batman versus Superman and stuff like that. It was yeah, and um, but yeah, do you have any advice?
Um, just keep sticking to it, like, cause like just keep making friends. That's what I did. I mean, because I always tell people don't use the term networking when you meet with people. It turns everybody. It just because like yeah, like there's nothing that myself and other people I know that they don't like it more than like you don't hear from someone for 5 or 6 years and they'll contact you out of the blue asking you for something. So take the time to actually like meet people, go have coffee with people, and like take the time to meet them, like you'll get to know them. Once they get to know you, they'll eventually say, "Hey, what do you do?" And then your name will get passed around like that too, and then you'll also be known as a cool guy, not someone who wants something. So that's why I told people like always make sure you establish relationships with people. Don't like like yeah, be friends. Go to their birthday parties, like send them an email. If you see on like if you follow them online and you see that they have a new movie coming up, a TV show, or a project, put up a comment saying, "Hey, I like your stuff. Congratulations!" And you're always staying in touch with people. That's what's going to keep you in. Agents and managers are not going to do jack shit for you, honestly, unless you're like money. And so if you can prove to yourself that they need you more than you need them, that's your winning streak right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Neil, thank you for your time, sir. I appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome. Not a problem at all, man. Yeah, please stay in touch too. And
Yeah,
thanks for all that
I
you
will definitely stay in touch with you, sir. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. And thanks for inviting me to be on your show. So I appreciate it.